Hello, today we are going to discuss the lecture 2 on symmetry and group theory. In this lecture, we will discuss the symmetry elements and operations, the remaining part of axis of rotation and reflection through a plane sigma v, sigma h and sigma d will be discussed in this lecture. We will discuss two-fold axis of rotation, that is water molecule. This is the water molecule, this is oxygen, these are the two hydrogen. This one hydrogen is marked to make it distinguishable. Now because it is the C2 operation, so it will be rotated 180 degree and this is rotated along this axis. This is the process of rotation and we will get this structure, that is this marked hydrogen will come here. This is the equivalent orientation. If we again rotate it 180 degree, then we will get this structure, that is the original orientation. Two-fold axis of rotation of water molecule can be shown by this model. This is water molecule, this black ball is oxygen and these orange balls are hydrogens. Now if we rotate it by this axis and by rotate it by 180 degree, then this will be the position. This is the equivalent orientation. If we again rotate it by 180 degree, this will be the original orientation. Three-fold axis of rotation, BF3 molecule. This is the BF3 molecule. One fluorine is marked and this is the structure of BF3. If it is rotated by 120 degree, then we will get this structure. The marked fluorine will come here. If we rotate it again 120 degree, then this fluorine will come here and this is, so this structure and this structure are equivalent structures. This is the by model. If this is the marked fluorine, if we rotate it by C3(1), that is 120 degree, we will get this structure and the marked fluorine will become here. If we again rotate it by 120 degree, this will be the structure and this will, the marked fluorine will come here. If we rotate this molecule in anti-clockwise direction 120 degree, then we will again get it this structure. So this is the C3 minus. So this these two operations will be equivalent to C3 minus. Three-fold axis of rotation can be explained by this BF3 model also. This is the boron atom. These are three fluorine atoms. This fluorine atom is marked. If we rotate it by 120 degree, that is C3(1), we will get this position and this is the equivalent orientation. And if we rotate it by again 120 degree, this will be the position. Now this is the second equivalent orientation and if we again rotate it by 120, and this is the original orientation. If we rotate it by in anti-clockwise direction, then we will get this. So that this operation is C3 minus. So this C3 minus is equivalent to C3(1) and C3(2) operations. Now we will discuss rotations for a triangular planar, that is BF3 molecule. We will again discuss the BF3 molecule. So this is the BF3 molecule, this is boron and these are the three fluorine atoms. Now there are two types of axis of rotation. First we discussed it. This is the C3 axis of rotation and these are the, this by, if we rotate the molecule by this axis, then it is the C2. If we rotate the molecule by this axis, it is again C2, and if we rotate the molecule by this axis, it is again C2. So there are three C2 axis of rotation and one C3 axis of rotation, in which C3 axis of rotation is the principal axis. We will discuss in the BF3 molecule rotations for trigonal planar molecule. This is trigonal planar molecule of BF3. This is the yellow ball is boron atom. These are three white balls are the fluorine atoms. Now in this molecule we have discussed already that this is the C3 axis by which we can rotate the two operations, and third operation will be the original orientation. Along with this C3 operation, there are three C2 axis of rotations are also present. One is this passing through the boron and this marked fluorine atom. Second is this boron atom and this third atom. Third is like this. So if we rotate these 3 by 180 degree, then we will get the equivalent orientations. So these are the 3 C2 axis and 1 C3 axis. So C3 axis will be the principal axis of rotation. Now we will discuss a proper axis of NH3. When NH3 molecule along C3 axis is rotated by an angle of 120, this molecule returns to its first equivalent position. After 3 rotation, it returns to its original position. The symbol C3 represent a proper axis, where 3 is the order of the proper axis of rotation. Generally, Cn represent proper axis, where n is the order of this axis of proper rotation. This is the C3 axis by which we can rotate this ammonia molecule, and we will get the 2 equivalent orientations, and third will be the original orientation. Now again this ammonia molecule successive C3 rotations on trigonal pyramidal molecule NH3. So this is the ammonia molecule, and we have marked the hydrogen atoms 1, 2, 3, and this is the nitrogen atom. Now if this C3 operation is taken here, then it will be the molecule, and we will get, if rotated by 120 degree, we will get this position, that is this 1 atom will come here, 2 atom will come here, and third atom will come here. If we rotate it by again 120 degree, then we will get this position of the atoms, and again rotation of 120 degree, we will get the original orientation. So these are the 2 equivalent orientations. Now this is C31, this is C32, and this is C33, that is original orientation. So this is the rotation of ammonia molecule in this structure. We again explain this ammonia molecule, that is successive C3 operations in pyramidal molecule. If this is the ammonia molecule, it is different than BF3 molecule. So if we rotate this ammonia molecule and 120 degree, then we will get this position, and if we again rotate it by 120 degree, we will get this position. So these 2 structures are equivalent structures, and the third structure, if we rotate it, will be the original structure. Here we should know that only C3 operation is possible. C2 operations which are present in BF3 molecule are not present in this molecule. Now this is the third symmetry element, that is reflection and plane of the symmetry. It is represented by sigma. This is defined as an imaginary plane within the molecule which divides it into 2 parts which are mirror image of each other. If a reflection is carried out over the plane of the symmetry and the new position of the atoms noted, the new orientation will be equivalent, indistinguishable to the original rotation. Now we will take the reflection and mirror plane again in the ammonia molecule. This is the ammonia molecule. NH3, for an example we take, there are three mirror planes in the molecules ammonia. When we do a reflection through a mirror plane, the molecule NH3 does not change. This is the ammonia molecule, this is nitrogen, and these three are the hydrogen atom. So first sigma will be the plane passing through this nitrogen and this one of the hydrogen. It will be the first sigma. Second sigma will be this hydrogen plane passing through this hydrogen and this nitrogen. Third sigma will be the plane passing through this nitrogen and this hydrogen. This we will explain by taking the model of ammonia again. This is the ammonia molecule, this is nitrogen, these are the three hydrogen atoms. So plane passing through this nitrogen and this hydrogen, that is this plane, is the first sigma. In this, the two atoms, this and this, are the mirror reflection of each other, they are the mirror image of each other. Second plane is by this nitrogen and passing through this hydrogen, it will be the second plane, and third plane will be the plane passing through this nitrogen and this hydrogen. So these, they have one equivalent orientation. The second reflection will be the original orientation. Three types of mirror planes. Molecules contain three types of mirror planes. Sigma H, that is horizontal, plane perpendicular to principal axis. Sigma D, dihedral, plane passing through principal axis Cn and bisecting two subsidiary axis C2. Sigma V, that is vertical, plane passing through the principal axis and one of the subsidiary axis if present. Sigma V, sigma H and sigma D in tetrachloroplatinate ion. This is the square planar ion, and when mirror plane is operated n times, we have E when n is even, sigma when n is odd. So we will explain all the three planes in this molecule. There are two types of axis of rotation. First is this, passing through this platinum atom, and one C2 is this, one C2 is this. So there are two axis of rotation. Now the plane passing through the four chloride atoms and perpendicular to this axis of rotation, this is called the sigma H. The plane passing through the principal axis and these two atoms is the sigma V. Now this is sigma V, and the plane passing through the between the two C2 axis and the principal axis, this is sigma D. This is the tetrachloroplatinate ion, and this is the square planar molecule, and there are two types of axis of rotation. This is C4 axis of rotation, and this is C2, and this is C2. Now we have to explain all the three planes by this molecule, sigma V, sigma H and sigma D. So this is the principal axis and a plane perpendicular to this principal axis and passing through all the four chloride atoms, it is the perpendicular to the principal axis, so it is sigma H. Now this is sigma V, plane passing through the principal axis, and these two atoms is sigma V. This is also sigma V because passing through the principal axis and these two atoms. Now this plane, the passing through this principal axis and bisecting this C2 axis is called the sigma D plane. We can also explain sigma D plane in alene molecule. So we have already discussed the alene molecule. So this is the alene molecule, and there are two sigma d planes. One sigma d plane is shown by the green and another sigma d plane is shown by red. So the plane passing through this hydrogen and the vacant corner of the rectangular is this, and this is the plane which is the sigma d, because this is the principal axis. This plane is passing through the principal axis and this plane is bisecting this C2 axis and this C2 axis. Similarly, the second plane is passing through this hydrogen and this vacant corner of this plane, and this is shown by red. So this plane is again passing through the principal axis, this 3 carbon atoms, and bisecting the 2 C2 axis. So this is the sigma d plane. We can explain it by again taking the model of alene molecule. This is the model of alene molecule. As we have already discussed, this is the principal axis passing through 3 carbon atoms. So there are 3 C2 axis. This C2 axis which is principal axis, another is this C2 axis, and third is this C2 axis. So in this hydrogen is S1, this hydrogen is S2, this is S3, and this is hydrogen is S4. Now the plane passing through this principal axis and S1 and S2 hydrogen, this will be the sigma d, because it is bisecting the this C2 axis and this C2 axis. Second sigma d plane will be the plane passing through this principal axis and the hydrogen H3 and H4. So this is the sigma d. So in this molecule there are 2 sigma d planes, and we can explain it very clearly. Rotations and mirrors in a bent water molecule. This is the water molecule, this is oxygen, these are the 2 hydrogen atoms. So there are 2 sigma v planes in this water molecule. This is the C2 axis. So one plane passing through this C2 axis and between the 2 hydrogen atoms, that is this is the one sigma plane, and second plane is the passing through this C2 axis and all the 3 atoms, that is oxygen, hydrogen and this hydrogen, will be a second sigma v, that is denoted by sigma v dash. Here we will get the reflection. Thus the plane passing through the oxygen and between the 2 hydrogen atoms, this will be the plane. This is hydrogen is marked hydrogen, so by reflection this marked hydrogen will go here and this will be the sigma v plane. Another sigma v plane which is passing through the C2 and all the 3 atoms, that is oxygen and 2 hydrogen, will be this, and the reflection will be the same as this. We can explain the 2 sigma v planes in water molecule. This is the water molecule and this is the C2 axis. Now the plane passing through this C2 axis and bisecting the 2 hydrogen atoms, this is the 1 sigma v plane. Another is the plane passing through this principal axis and 3 atoms, that is like this is the sigma v dash. So there are 2 sigma planes in the water molecule. Now we take the linear molecules. In the linear molecules, it is homonuclear diatomic molecules, that is we can take the hydrogen example H and H. This is the heteronuclear diatomic molecules. We can take examples of H and Cl. So in this molecule, this is C infinity is the principal axis, because we can rotate it by infinitely small angle and there will be infinite number of the rotations will be there. Similarly in this, the C infinite is the principal axis. Now the plane passing through this will be, this is the principal axis, and the plane passing through this perpendicular axis is the sigma H. So in this molecule, when the homonuclear diatomic molecule, sigma H will be there. In the heteronuclear diatomic molecules, this will be the sigma V plane. The plane passing through the C infinity and passing also through these two atoms is the sigma V